Chevelle Sabrina Christina Walker. Me don't know you one have so much name. But Chevelle Sabrina Christina Walker. The woman feel that her man is sleeping with another woman. And so she waited until her man was asleep in the bed, in their house in Kingston. And Chevelle Sabrina Christina Walker never do a thing but get a bottle of acid. And when our man in the bed, sleeping with him little son, the woman threw the bottle. She threw the bottle of acid upon the man and his son were sleeping at the bed. Burn them up. Burn up the man and his son. Because she feels the man asleep with another woman. They went to hospital. The man never made it. And his son burned up. And after get treatment, the little boy, poor little boy. The woman unalive her man, you know. Just because she feels her man is sleeping with another woman. Like that is something that he could help himself with. He could not help himself because that is the way that the Lord God and nature created the male to operate. The Lord God and nature did not create the male to sleep with only one woman at a time. And in fact, it was the way that the world operated until mankind thought mankind should impose his will on man to say that we must only sleep with one woman. When in the olden days, we all know that men had wives and concubines, several. There is a reggae singer, Felu Kete. I say name, boy, I can't have them African name there now. African reggae singer, Felu Kete. I think I saw him name. He married 27 wives in one day. 27 wives he married in one day. And in total he had not just the 27 wives he married in one day, he had 28 wives. 28 wives. But you know, we as African people, we don't come and impose on a thing pan we. Say we must sleep with one woman at a time. And if this false learned behavior of jealousy, this artificial jealousy in women that they learned, it's not natural. And the way we know it's not natural, the jealousy in women is not natural, is because if the man have money and he have 50 women, none of them not jealous. And so, it is beyond question that jealousy in women is artificial and is learned. And also because when a man have multiple wives and concubines, and back in those days when him live with several women, none of them not jealous. And right now as we speak, a gentleman in Montego Bay named Ryan Martin is living with 2 wives and 1 concubine, and none of them not jealous. And it just goes to show that the jealousy in the female is not natural. And this gentleman from Kingston, Jamaica, would be alive today if this modern world, by whatever means they come up with this doctrine, to move away from the will of God and to try to impose their own will on us males that we must sleep with one woman. If that was not the case, this gentleman would be alive today. And anytime you try to go against God's will, you can't go against God's will and what is natural for too long. It is going to result in what happened to this gentleman in Kingston, that the woman take the buckler acid, burn up the man, and in liquor son. See it, yeah?
In other news, the woman accused of causing death by dousing a man with a corrosive substance has been charged with assault occasioning grievous bodily harm and murder. Chevelle Sabrina Christina Walker, 34 years old, was charged Thursday by the Halfway Tree Police. Kurt Wright has the details.
According to reports on June 10, the accused confronted Mr. Clark about being unfaithful. When Mr. Clark and his son retired to bed, Miss Walker allegedly poured the corrosive substance on them both. She fled the house in a waiting motor car but later turned herself in to the police. Mr. Clark and his son were hospitalized, but he died the following day from the severity of his burns. His son, who was also badly burnt, was released from hospital weeks later. Miss Clark's sister says the accused attacked him in his sleep before injuring him with a piece of board.
When he told me about it, I said to him, say, you're a sound sleeper, and if you don't leave that girl might kill you in his sleep. Because you sleep very dead. Me say you sleep dead, and since she lick you in the chest with that piece of board, that girl will kill you in his sleep, and so say so done.
You know, I always say to women, do you have male cousins? You have nephews? You have uncles? You have a father? You have brothers? You have male friends? How many of them do you know of that are sleeping with one woman? And even if you believe one or two of them are sleeping with one woman, would that be the norm or would it be the exception? And it certainly would be the exception, because the norm is not for men to sleep with one woman, because men are driven by compulsion. And if you know that only exceptional, it would have to be the exception of the exception of a man sleeping with one woman, why you think you are going to be so lucky, so very lucky, that you are going to end up with one of those special, very special men that is going to sleep with you alone? Uno fool on yourselves. We are living a life of lies. Uno lie to yourself, telling yourself that, oh, I am going to be so fortunate that all these men around the world, it's universal. Anyway you go around the world, men are sleep with multiple women. But of all these men out there sleeping with multiple women, I am going to find one that will sleep with me alone. You are so stupid. So very stupid. It's not something you can stop. You could have blue. You could have fight till you blue. You can't stop it. Because men are driven by a compulsion of nature, the natural order. That is why a man can get 100 picnic in a year, and a woman can only get one child in a year, because God make with a stud woman to breed up woman and multiply the earth. That's the role of men. But you come now with no damn foolishness, come impose upon we that we must only sleep with one woman at a time. This artificial, jealousy. That the woman who is supposed to submit to the man, go and make the rule now for the man. That look, you must only sleep with me alone. Don't cheat on me. And this and that and that. Like you have any say. A woman has no say in the matter. You have no say in the matter. And now, the woman burn up the man and the little boy. All because of this artificial jealousy. Where if we had stuck to the natural order, he would be living with her and 10 other women. 119. And please remember to subscribe and press the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And if you're on TikTok, you press the follow button. And remember to like this video. That is it. Just do that for me. And tomorrow morning when you look in your bank account, you're going to see a nice little deposit in there. 119.